when I'm finishing a piece, I like to use felt and a sawtooth hook just to finish and close up the back. And that way you can also hang it up nice like a picture frame with your sawtooth hook here, and it kind of covers up any of the stuff you have on the back if it got maybe a little messy. So the first step in this process is trimming your fabric down to about 1 inch away from the edge of your fabric, from your hoop, which I've done with this piece. And then we're going to use the running stitch to go all the way around our fabric to just gather that up so it's nice and closed on the back. So to do that, we'll just bring our needle through the fabric right along the edge here. And you don't want it super close to the edge of your fabric, but also not super close to your hoop, so kind of like in the middle there. Pull this through, and then we're just going to weave our needle back and forth through our fabric, like so. And gently pull, and then we'll just keep going all the way around our hoop here. And there's no right or wrong for how long your stitches should be. They can be longer or shorter. We're just working on gathering up our fabric here so it's closing off the back of our piece. You can kind of see as I'm going to, I'm just gently tugging so that the fabric pulls around our piece. And once we get to the end here, we'll just knot our thread. And you can do that either way, how we knotted our thread previously. I usually just do a couple stitches together here to kind of close it up like so. And then once it's nice and secure, again, just go ahead and trim away the extra. And you could leave your piece like this if you wanted it finished like this. You can see it's like pulled the fabric nice and tight, and you could be good to go this way. Or we can add the next step, which is felt and the sawtooth hook. So the next part of backing our embroidery hoop is to get our felt ready. So I usually trim my felt to, like, this is a 5-inch hoop, so this is a 6-inch by 6-inch square of felt. And then I'm just going to use a marker and trace around the outline here, just so I know where to trim my felt. Right. Then we'll just cut slightly inside that line because that was the outer edge of your hoop. We don't want to see this on the back of our, and we don't want to see the felt sticking out the back of our embroidery. Just go all the way around here. There we go. Then the next part of this process, you'll want to add the sawtooth hook, and if you have a label or anything like that, now before we attach everything to the back. So you might find that it would be easier to like lay your hook on top of your fabric and just use your pen to mark where it is so that it's nice and straight. There have been multiple times when I've gone to put a piece on and had the hook all askew. So I just go up through the center dot there and then do 3 stitches around each edge just to make sure this is nicely secured. And you could do more if you want to. I just find this works pretty well. Then we'll go over to the other side here. Do our other edge. Alright, that looks pretty good. And I'm going to add my label here. I'm just going to hold this up down as I sew the corners on. You might find it's easier to pin your label down if you have one. Or if maybe you wanted to stitch the date or your initials or something on the back of your piece, now is a good time to do that too if you want to mark the back in any way. I just find labels are the easiest for me. Then you have all the information you need. Alright, and now we'll just go ahead and knot our thread here. Do a couple knots just to make sure that doesn't pop through the felt. There we go, and we'll just trim that down. Now we're going to attach our felt to the back of our embroidery. So you can see mine's lined up nicely with the top of my piece here. If yours isn't quite lined up, you could adjust the outer hoop or just kind of play around with the placement of your felt here. But I'll just line mine up like so, and then I'm going to use a couple sewing pins just to pin this down so it doesn't move while I'm stitching. And for these, I'm just pinning it through the felt and through the back of my fabric here, making sure not to stick it through the front. Right? So we're pinned down nicely here. Now we can go ahead and start stitching the back of our piece on. So you can start anywhere on your hoop, but I will bring my needle up in between the back of the fabric and the felt here. Just come up right here, not too far in, but not too close to the edge, tucking our tail in between those two pieces. And now we're just going to hold our thread facing outwards and bring our needle back through our fabric and our felt. And this is called the whip stitch. And again, holding my thread outwards and then bringing my needle through the backing fabric and my felt. And you can do your stitches close together or far away. There's no right or wrong for this. We're just going to work our way around our piece here. And once you get to a pin, you can just go ahead and take that out. Just working our way around the outer edge, making sure to get both pieces of fabric so that they're nicely connected.